just arrived in Gettysburg, staying in this lovely hotel. It's more like a bed and breakfast. It used to be a Victorian mansion.
Now I'm going to tell you another story about some men and some other things that they saw on this bridge, but I'm going to tell you that when we go out to the field tonight. We have 5 different stops that we're running for, so just get started. God bless you tonight. Somebody's thinking about you, and all of my people are as well. God bless you. Here comes the bus. Perfect time. Want to take a walk? I think it's a good time to do it. I'll give you time to take pictures, promise. When we come back, as a matter of fact, when we come down here, I'm going to give you time to take a picture. That's the postcard pictures. Take that picture. I have a picture of that to show you tonight, later on. It was taken by somebody just about the time of day.
Can I have a picture of that bridge?
If you have a phone, you have a phone? Yeah, I do have a phone. Oh, bummer. How much does? This candle eventually. Let's hold it down. That was the bus that I was telling you all about. He doesn't usually come until 9 o'clock. So he must have 2 tours tonight. All right, Joe, come on up. Come on up. Come on up. Field Hospital. This actually belonged to Mr. Salk at one time. Sachs Bridge usually used to be spelled S-A-U-C-K. And the man who owned that owned this whole property. He had a mill out here. He was very successful. Obviously, this was his house. But during the time of the Civil War, it was a school. The biggest field hospitals in towns were schools and churches. The biggest one down there, I believe, is the Catholic Church. The churches, they took the pews and they laid boards on top. She had her carriage with her. You know, she'd stopped and picked flowers and so on. She got down to here, and her horse must have seen a snake or something. It reared up in the air, and she's trying to rein it in and rein it in, and all of a sudden, her carriage just starts to topple over and over again. And when it landed right up on her. About an hour and a half later, a supply wagon of a couple of farmers came out here, and they stumbled across that accident. Now, they knew what they had to do. They had to get the carriage up. And so they started prying it up and wished they'd never had to do it for some time during that hard. Actually, 2 seconds. Right there. Now the war's over. Yes, we did.
The next one is yet to come.
Anyway, Miss Betty wants to tell you, Matt, about 2 boys that you may have heard of. This was Mark's favorite story that I used to tell, and I tell it every night. I've been telling it for years. And it's something about me that y'all need to know. And I have somebody right here who's going to verify what I'm saying. Because he just saw something behind me. It is very common for people to see things behind me. And the tree frogs will start. The tree frogs love my stories. As I tell them, they get louder and louder. That's true. I do this all the time. That's tree frogs. Anyway, about the Kaup brothers. Ever heard about the Kaup brothers? What? The Kaup brothers? I know, I said, please don't do that. And she did. Did you ever live in a haunted house? Obviously you have.
Well, I've been in haunted houses. It's more like, I think certain people are open to seeing these things than others.
Yes, I think so. Somebody who's been on my tour many, many times. She's up at the other end of the bridge. This was taken many years ago. These are just dead insects. There's a man with an orb behind his head who doesn't know what's going on. I look into her viewfinder, and there is a man standing there waving an American flag. Actually, he's a boy. Here's his flag, here's his face, here's his arm, here's his glove. You don't have to imagine him. He's right there. This is not Photoshop, nothing like that. I don't even think Photoshop existed. Watch this. She takes another picture. You see him now, don't you? Everybody see him?
Yep, it's pretty creepy.
It's pretty creepy, is it not? Look at his face. He's happy, guys. He's smiling. Look at him. This woman takes fantastic pictures. She doesn't mean to, they just happen to. Okay, now I go like this. This was taken by, what is it, in 2012. This woman sends me a picture, and look at this. Beautiful ectoplasma at the bridge. But here's her problem. This is her husband, who's the man behind him.
Ooh.
Can you see back there, guys? Because you can move up here. Look at this. Kepi hat. 2 dark eyes. Nose, dark mustache. Look at him. I mean, that's as plain as day.
This is the Dobbin house. Where we will be eating lunch.
Say to wait here, right?
I think so.
They have a silver streak here because we used to have.
Yeah. Back at the Bechtel Inn for our last night. Back at the Bechtel Inn for our last night. Just take a little walk here. Just looking at some of the other rooms. probably can't see too much in here because it's dark. Yeah, that room was a bit dark, but it was really cool looking. The balcony suite. One of these old bathtubs. Should totally stay in here next time. And that's the third floor where the innkeeper stays, so no guests up there. And back in the room we're staying in. So, very nice. Alright, and we'll be on the road again tomorrow. So yes, definitely check out Bechtel Victorian Mansion if you're around the Gettysburg area, because the mansion's in it's in East Berlin, right outside of Gettysburg, and the Gettysburg National Park Museum, the Lincoln Train Museum, Miss Betty's Ghost Tours, the Dobbins Tavern. It's all really great. So we'll be back on the road tomorrow, and catch y'all at another time.